Transportation and Housing Committee. You know, I went to a movie this weekend. They said, turn off the cell phones. I want you guys to do that. You know, Fast and Furious 7, that was pretty good. I don't know. Transportation Committee. Well, my grandson liked it. Anyway, if you're going to have conversations, leave. Go out of the room so we can hear testimony, because we have kind of a small room with a lot of people in it, so we're going to be respectful. And today we are having our first meeting. We have on the agenda several items. 3 of the items are on the consent calendar. This is SB 241, Senator Bates, item 3. It's on the consent calendar. SCR 2, Senator Gaines item 7. And SCR 12, Senator Jackson's item 8. And we'll take that up at the last item on the agenda, okay? Now, before we take up the bills, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the first item on the agenda, item number 1, okay? Okay, we now have a quorum, so we can call the roll, please. Call the roll, please.
Senators Bell.
Here.
Bell present. Cannella.
Here.
Cannella present. Allen. Bates. Bates present. Gaines. Gaines present. Galgiani. Leyva. Leyva present. McGuire. McGuire present. Mendoza. Roth. Roth present. Wachowski.
Okay, this is to approve the committee rules, same as last year. Any questions? We have a motion. Can we call the roll?
Senators Bell.
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella.
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen. Bates. Bates, aye. Gaines. Gaines, aye. Galgiani. Leyva. Leyva, aye. McGuire. McGuire, aye. Mendoza. Roth. Roth, aye. Wachowski. So those were adopted 7-0.
Okay, thank you. Those are adopted 7-0. Next, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the committee's policies. These are the policies of the committee, if you can read them in the packet. They're the same as last sessions. They're in binder item number 1. We'd like to have a motion to approve the policies, please. A motion. Discussion, if we can't. We don't have discussion. Let's call the roll, please.
Senators Bell.
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella.
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen. Bates. Bates, aye. Gaines. Gaines, aye. Galgiani. Leyva. Leyva, aye. McGuire. McGuire, aye. Mendoza. Roth. Roth, aye. Wachowski. Those are adopted 7-0.
Those are adopted. Okay. Okay, let's go into business here. We have one author. She's here, so she gets to go first. Senator Liu. This is item 6, SB 608. Senator, welcome. Welcome to our committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, members. Today I'm presenting on SB 608. It's the Right to Rest Act of 2015. And I'm pleased to accept the amendments from committee as stated in the analysis on page 6. I thank the committee for providing recommendations that improve the clarity of the bill. Who are the homeless? They are veterans, mothers with children, former foster youth, and yes, people with physical and mental disabilities. California is home to 20% of the nation's homeless population, with the largest number of homeless families, unaccompanied homeless youth, and homeless veterans of any state. Homelessness is the graphic representation of our society's unsolved issues of poverty, affordable housing, health care, and mental health. It is time to address the plight of the homeless head-on as a social issue, not a criminal issue. Citing homeless people for resting in a public space can lead to their rejection for jobs, education, loans, and housing, further delaying them in a path out of poverty. SB 608 seeks to end the criminalization of homeless people, non-criminal activities, sitting, standing, laying down and sleeping, activities that are otherwise available to the non-homeless. The bill also clarifies that people have the right to share food and practice religion in public in California. Specifically, the bill establishes that everyone, regardless of housing status, shall be protected from citation, harassment, or arrest. Cities and law enforcement retain their authority to intervene if a homeless person behaves in ways that are threatening and/or illegal, and this includes the authority to clear encampments. SB 608 does not impact private property rights. Laws prohibiting entrance on private property remain in full force. It does establish the right for homeless people to use public spaces in the same manner as any other person. As amended, SB 608 would not affect publicly owned land that is closed to the public, including parks, the Caltrans fenced or otherwise signposted areas. While homelessness is a problem faced by cities across the state, treating people who are homeless as criminals is not the answer. Cities are simply forcing the homelessness into each other's backyards and making themselves vulnerable to litigation. People who experience short bouts of homelessness are more likely to remain homeless. Treating homelessness as a crime diverts resources that could be better spent on providing services and housing options for low-income adults and families. And I have witnesses in support.
Thank you, Senator. We'll take the main witnesses and then allow short statements after they speak from others. Short statements meaning just a few seconds. You can say you're for the bill and get on the record. So thank you very much. Go ahead, please. Witnesses, please. Yeah, welcome to our meeting. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Senators. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to you in support of Senator Carol Liu's Senate Bill 608. My name is Angel McLean, and I'm a senior advocate for hope and justice for the St. Mary's Center. St. Mary's is a senior service provider in West Oakland who helps me with food and processing housing applications. I was homeless off and on for 15 years. I have lived in tents and abandoned houses. One time, a church in North Richmond allowed me to sleep there in their parking lot for 6 months after finding me asleep under their stairs. I have slept in tarps and tents in fields, down by the freeway, by the San Rafael Bridge, and also lived by railroad tracks and in parks. Okay. The people you see today under bridges, behind buildings, under freeways, I was one of them. I slept where I felt safe, and there were very few places to choose from. It was very difficult finding a place to rest during the day. I experienced cruelty everywhere. If I messed around and fell asleep, I was harassed and asked to move. If the police knew who I was, they would take me in for any minor infraction they could think of. Their favorite was loitering. There were times when I walked around all night because there was no place to sleep or rest. I walked until total exhaustion hit me and I just dropped. I remember one time in a park, I woke up with a family. They were playing soccer. I remember one of the babies coming up to me. He said, "Wow, you slept a long time." That's just how exhausted I was. In Richmond, I endured years of police harassment. I would stop to talk to other homeless people. The police would pull up and start arresting people for loitering. I was caught up just for being there. The police would harass me because they could. I was treated like dirt, no consideration, like a piece of garbage that you would discard, irrelevant and unimportant. They had no sense of compassion. I was arrested many times for little or no reason, only because I was known as a homeless person. My cousin told me that the police had a schedule when to pick me up and put me back in jail. One time I was only out of jail for a week, and they picked me back up the following week, telling me I had a warrant. I asked them, if I had a warrant, wouldn't you have known that when I was in jail a week ago? I was incarcerated again. By 2010, I was suffering from homelessness, diabetes, depression, asthma, and hypertension. I desperately needed to get off the street. After I completed a substance abuse program and stayed in several transitional housing, in several different transitional housings, including the St. Mary's Winter Shelter, I started applying for housing. St. Mary's helped me to process applications for subsidized housing. Finally, a real opportunity opened up for me at a brand new senior facility. My rent would have been 30% of my income. At the interview, the housing representative showed me 2 items on my credit report. He said, we can't give you housing because of your police report and this PG&E bill. I had no idea how I got a PG&E bill since I've lived on the streets for the last 15 years. I might have been able to fight the denial if it wasn't for the court costs that showed up from the years of police harassment. I call myself indoor homeless now. Let me tell you why. The only housing I can get is a room at the Lakehurst Motel where I pay $800 a month for rent. I only receive $898 per month. That leaves me $89 per month to survive on. My story is proof that ticketing and incarcerating homeless people is not how you solve homelessness. It is actually making it much worse for people like me to get into housing that I can afford. Even when I was out there attempting to better my situation, trying to get things under control, I was overwhelmingly challenged with police harassment in jail. Everyone here is on the same page. We all want to end homelessness in California. Passing the Right to Rest Act is part of ending homelessness, because when we incarcerate people because they are engaged in activities like sitting and sleeping, we are exacerbating their ability to get out the very situation we are here to solve, homelessness. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate your support in passing Senate Bill 608.
Thank you very much. Next witness, please.
Good evening, Senators. My name is General Dogon, and I live on Skid Row, and I'm also a community organizer with the Los Angeles Community Action Network, and I organize in downtown Venice and in South Central. And I am here today with other LA CAN members, and we are in support of SB 608. And I will tell you why. In my community on Skid Row, for example, for the past 9 years, the city of Los Angeles has been attempting to police themselves out of homelessness, which has only resulted in mass ticketing, arrests, and shuffling people around the city. Homeless folks receive tickets that they can't afford, tickets that lead to higher fines and arrests, that keeps them eventually from getting the services and the housing that they need to get off the streets, right? The city of Los Angeles is spending over $30 million a year on policing homelessness on Skid Row. It was 3,000 to 5,000 people, homeless folks, that's been living on the streets of Skid Row for the last 9 years, right? And today, here's 9 years later, and hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayers' money spent, we still got over 5,000 homeless people sleeping on Skid Row today, as much. And that money could have housed everybody that's homeless, living on Skid Row right now, right? As much as homelessness pains some of us, homelessness is not just going to just pack up and go away, right? Let's face it. The solution, the real solution, is for us to start investing in the permanent housing. And that investment can start today with you senators, right? Until we get the housing that we need, then Assembly Bill 608 is what's needed, because it'll give folks the time to sit back and rest until they can get the opportunity that's needed. And I just wanted to say in closing that when you look around, you see homelessness is here. And it's a growing issue, right? It's a growing issue, right? And like I say, the only real solution to this is permanent support housing. If not, we don't start this now, the whole state of California is going to be a Skid Row.
Thank you. Other witnesses? Thank you, sir.
I'm Elisa Della Piana from the East Bay Community Law Center, here for technical assistance and in support of the bill.
And a co-sponsor of the bill.
Co-sponsor of the bill.
I'm Jessica Bartholow with the Western Center on Law and Poverty. I'm here for technical assistance and to answer questions, but also a co-sponsor of the bill and in support of the bill in honor of my father, a Vietnam veteran who's been on the streets, as California houses 25% of the veterans who are homeless in the country, and in honor of my uncle who's here to testify with a Me Too, who's been homeless and has been organizing in support of the bill. I'm very proud of him. And I'd be inviting up the other Me Toos who are here in support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Can we have a microphone? The sergeant has the mic, and we'd like to have people who support this legislation come up and indicate their support if they choose to do so. So right over on this side, please line up and indicate your support if you want to. Please.
Good afternoon, Steve Wallach on behalf of the Alameda County Board of Supervisors, who adopted a support position this morning, so urge your support.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, my name is David Andre from the Community Deer Project, Sacramento, California. I support SB 608. I'm also a military veteran, 8 years with the California National Guard, 20 years with Campbell Soup Company. I had a stroke. I ended up homeless. Please support SB 608.
Yes, sir.
I'm Laura Rubal-Caba, resident of Sacramento, California. Please support SB 608. Thank you.
Hi everybody. I'm Kyan Candy. I'm a resident of San Francisco and a person that is an activist in San Francisco. I'm here to support 608.
Hello, my name is Janie Castillo. I'm the Hope and Justice Coordinator for St. Mary's Center and also a commissioner of the Oakland Housing Authority that serves 33,000 families, low-income families, and I concur that we cannot do enough and build enough units to answer the need that we have as far as the homeless community is concerned, and I completely support 608. It's needed now.
Good afternoon. My name is Dale Seymour. I'm a member of the local homeless coordinating board of the city and county of San Francisco. I just want to let you know myself and my board truly support this bill. I'm also a director of the Gubbio Project, which is a project at St. Boniface Church in San Francisco where you can sit and lay in our place any day for 9 hours a day. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Leslie Clark. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I'm also a cancer patient right now, and I'm homeless. The circumstances which led to my homelessness is not that really important, but nevertheless, I support Bill 608. And I would like to also say that we, as Americans, we should care and look out and be concerned for each other. That's it.
Thank you.
I'm Russell Bartholow. Jessica's my niece. I was homeless 15 years out there trying to get off the streets. I've got over 200 signatures here on the petition, Senate Bill 608, in support. I tried and tried. My niece got me off the street in less than 15 hours. That doesn't take much help. I've been off the street now for a year and a half. It can be done. I'm proof of it, and that's why I'm here today.
Want to turn those in, Russell?
She wanted to make.
Hello, my name is Joseph Thomas. I'm a member of the Los Angeles Community Action Network, also a Vietnam veteran, and I've been on the streets up until last year for 6 years. We did not stand in front of that flag. We did not do what we wanted to do so you could have the opportunity to hold the job that you have here. And now that nobody should be treated, no human being should be treated the way that we're being treated now, do the right thing. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Guy Gormley. I'm a 20-year-old and I've been homeless for about a year now. And I'd just like to say that this is not just about the right to rest, this is about the right to exist, because we're people too. Just because we don't have money or a job or a house, I like to live, I like to sleep just as much as you do. And we're not all here to, after this is passed, which it will be, I hope, we're not just going to be sleeping on the streets. Nothing will change. We're going to be sleeping in our spots, tucked away in our corners, under awnings, wherever. You're not going to have us on your lawns, which I've heard a few people say, that they don't want homeless people on their lawns. And that nothing will change, just that we won't be messed with and more people will be able to be happy. Thank you.
Brief statements, please.
I'm the Executive Director of Sacramento Homeless Organizing Committee. We're very much in support of SB 608, and I'm also a board member of Sacramento Housing Alliance and Safe Ground Sacramento, who are both in support.
I'm Bilal Ali from San Francisco. I'm a homeless advocate with the Coalition on Homelessness. And I urge you to support SB 608 and to remember that this bill, I want to just take it away, just talking about homelessness, but it's about core American values that say that every American, regardless of their economic status, their station in life, deserves the treatment that everyone else receives, and not just a few on the expense of the many. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jose Lopez, and I work with the Gubbio Project in San Francisco, and I support SB 608.
Good morning, Senators. I'm Diana Davis. I am a senior advocate for hope and justice from St. Mary's Center in West Oakland. I am here to urge you to vote yes for SB 608. It's about equal rights, not special rights. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kelly Cutler. I am a homeless advocate and social worker from San Francisco, and I'm here to support this bill, and also because it makes our job as a social worker really difficult, because we're having to deal with this rather than actually being able to get people into services.
Hi, my name is Maria Fernandez. I live in the Mission District of San Francisco, California, and I support SB 608 because I support basic human rights.
How you doing? My name is Fred Barnes. I'm an advocate from St. Mary's Center. What we have is basic human needs. We don't want to be criminals. I'm not a criminal. I've never done anything wrong in my life. I don't really want to become a criminal. And if this bill isn't passed, there's a good chance that if I sit down and maybe fall asleep because I took my medicine, that I might become a criminal. And I don't really think that that's right. So I support this bill. Thank you.
My name is Gloria Sandoval. I come from Merced, California. I am the president of the California Central Valley Journey for Justice. I am a high school counselor, and I support SB 608. I would like to stop the pipeline from high schoolers already being homeless. I would like you to please help to stop that pipeline to homelessness. Thank you.
Hi, I'm from Merced. I'm representing the senior citizens. Our camp was destroyed, and people were put out in the cold with no protection, and most of them were sick. Now our senior citizens are out there with no shelter. I wish you would put this in, and I accept this 608. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Eric Ades. I'm from Southern California, specifically representing Venice Family Clinic, Venice Community Housing Corporation, the Greater West Hollywood Food Bank and Food Coalition, and a number of groups on the west side of Southern California, urging your support for SB 608. We are not going to ticket and arrest our way out of homelessness.
My name is Becky Dennison. I'm from Los Angeles as well. I've worked in the Skid Row community for 20 years. I strongly support SB 608. We just should not be using the police to segregate our public space and discriminate against people because of their housing status.
Jojo Smith from Los Angeles Community Action Network, and I support SB 608 because I am a Skid Row resident, and I have been criminalized because I've slept on the sidewalk, but I'm not a criminal.
Good afternoon. My name is Guitar Whitfield. I'm from Oakland, California, with the Hope and Justice of the St. Mary's Center. And I'm here to tell you that my homelessness was taken care of through the St. Mary's Center. They took care of my transportation, medical, dental. And this was all because of the things that were set up prior to me coming back to California. I'm a recipient of the advantages that your people before you, they made the correct decision, and I'm able to come off of the homelessness thing and proceed with my life and my career thanks to whoever set up the program that I'm a part of today. And I'm just asking that you try to make some type of programs for these homeless people and put them in a situation that I was put in to no longer be homeless.
My name is Eva Gurley. I can't thank St. Mary's for my homelessness. I just ask that you just support us, be with us. I'm just grateful and thankful.
Hello, Sean Gregory from Southern California with a number of organizations. I'm in strong support of SB 608. Criminalizing homelessness does not solve homelessness. It is an endless cycle of pain, as you can see, that waste valuable resources that could go into housing. So this is the first step towards that. So please, pass this. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Reginald Dillard, Sr. I'm a 57-year native of San Francisco. I'm homeless. I support SB 608, and I urge you, each and every one of you, to do the same.
My name is Yolanda, and I'm a supporter of Bill 608. Senator Bill, please pass 608, because I want to bring my kids home from Mexico. I want my kids back.
My name is Robert Aguirre. I'm the former mayor of an encampment known as the Jungle, the largest encampment in the United States until it was broken up on December 4th. Every one of those 300 people that were living there had a place to live, and then they were kicked out into the street. Now those same people are wandering the street. They're being harassed. They're being arrested. They're being cited. It's a terrible waste of energy. It's a waste of money, and we need a place to rest so we can start working on our individual problems. Please stop the torture.
My name is Ruth Pleener. I'm from San Francisco. I work with the Western Regional Advocacy Project, and I am embarrassed that our states arrest people for sleeping. We all got to sleep. I'm fortunate to have a home to go to at the end of the night to sleep, and I'm embarrassed that my friends get arrested simply for sleeping and taking care of themselves. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Deborah Rieger. I'm the state chair of Peace and Freedom Party of California. This is a difficult subject, but I'm very proud to announce that my party supports this bill, and it's much needed. Thank you.
John Rieger, president of the local chapter of Veterans for Peace. As you've heard, a number of veterans are still homeless today. So Veterans of Peace urges you to support this bill. Thank you.
Greg here with the ARC and United Cerebral Palsy California Collaboration, the developmental disability groups. probably more than half of the homeless population of California are people with disabilities. They're subject to very high rates of crime. They need protection from the police, not harassment and arrest for the crime of sleeping.